As we one last time take a look at these markets, Todd Horwitz, Bubba Trading with us, BubbaTrading.com. And Todd, you were mentioning earlier you wanted to talk about some of the effects of the general markets here and relates to the grain trade. Kind of give us just an overview from your perspective, not individually today necessarily. Go ahead.
Sure, Mark. When you look at the overall economic space and you look at what's going on in the world economies, right now, for example, today we're seeing the markets are getting trashed, and we've seen from when we talked earlier, there's been a little bit of pressure in the grain markets here. Now, what happens is when people start to sell and they start to panic a little bit, they start to sell everything. So they could step into the grain market and be selling grains that they own just because they need to raise capital. So the entire every market relates to every other market in some way, shape, or form. When everything's running smoothly, it's fine, but when you get a little bit of things off center, that can create a problem that rolls downhill. It doesn't change my opinion of the overall market in the grain space, but it does, in a short term, can have an effect. And I always want to warn farmers and producers never to panic or puke, as we call it on the floor here, over these announcements or over quick moves. Let's make sure we understand where we are in the overall cycle.
Yeah, we are down sharply. Last look, over 250 points lower in the Dow. Crude oil is lower here once again. So I guess you're saying if you see selling going on in the grain trade, doesn't necessarily mean that the trade is negative to the grain trade. They just need some cash.
That's correct. You will get people that will raise cash, and most people are involved somewhere in the equity space, so they're looking for what they can sell without getting hurt too bad. So if you happen to have been a buyer of wheat earlier or soybeans earlier or corn earlier and you got a little profit, people tend to do the wrong thing. They take that quick profit to pay off an old debt. So it always becomes a problem. And I think it's very important for the average investor and producer and farmer to say, you know what, let me take a better look. Let me take a deep breath and really look at the overall picture to make sure I'm doing what I really want to do here instead of thinking what I'm being forced to do, because markets are related. The financials, the dollar is related to all markets. So be careful and never be in too much of a hurry. There's always time to take a deep breath and really look at the market before you decide to sell out.
And when you look at the market overall, just before we go to take a break and look at the livestock trade, you like what you see generally, corn, beans, and wheat.
Yeah, I'm a big fan here. I mean, I like wheat because it's more of a shotgun approach. It's wild. It just doesn't really have any basis right now, but it goes up and down like crazy. But I really do like corn and soybeans. I think that 365 proved to be a very nice level, and we're trying to move up a little bit higher here. And soybeans 860 turned out to be a very nice level. So again, I think you want to watch $9 in beans. If we get there, you'll probably see some resistance. I think probably in corn 380, 385 will probably give you a little bit of a chug. But again, that's what I want to see. I want the markets to go up slowly and grind their way higher. I don't want to see them explode, because if they explode, it more often means they're coming right back down again.
Very good. Todd Horwitz with us, and we'll see how that all affects the livestock complex. In 1 minute, we'll take a break. One last look there as well. Coming up, Todd Horwitz live from Chicago after this.